Good evening. Welcome to the latest ITV news for the Border region this Sunday evening. A man will appear in court tomorrow charged with the murder of another man in Windermere. Gordon Smith was found in the town in the early hours of Wednesday morning. Hannah McNulty reports.
44-year-old Gordon Smith was described by his family as a wonderful son, brother, uncle and nephew. Flowers were left at the spot where he died. Tomorrow, Mark Russell, who is 26 and from Holly Terrace in Windermere, will appear at Furness and District Magistrates Court charged with his murder. A woman aged 48 and a 15-year-old girl, who are both from Kent, and a 31-year-old man from Millom have been bailed until later this month. Police have thanked the community for their assistance and say inquiries are continuing. Hannah McNulty, ITV News.
A mother whose daughter died after falling in the Lake District says she's lost her soulmate. Victoria Harris, who was 24, fell while walking on haystacks in the Buttermere Valley. The RAF and air ambulance were involved in her rescue, but she died from her injuries. Victoria's mother, Carol, said she was a beautiful daughter who died in a tragic accident. A man has died after his transit van veered off the road on the A596 in Cumbria. It happened near the Thursby roundabout west of Carlisle around 11 o'clock yesterday morning. Paramedics gave emergency treatment, but the man, whose name has not yet been released, was confirmed dead at the scene. Nearly 300 people have taken part in a protest against the planned closure of the lifeboat station in St Abbs. The RNLI wants to shut the station at the end of this summer after reviewing the use of its services over the past decade. But the village community say they won't give it up without a fight. Jenny Longdon reports.
A lifeboat station has existed in St Abbs for more than 100 years. The crew are volunteers from the local area that want to help keep people safe. When they were told 2 months ago that the station is to close and be replaced with a smaller D-class boat 2 miles along the coast in Eyemouth, they couldn't believe it.
Our boat is much more capable of doing the job up here than any D-class is coming from Eyemouth. We have a crew here of young fishermen. They're all skippers in their own right. We've got 2 dive boat skippers as well that operate this area. We know the tides, the coasts, just like the back of our hand. And to take that away and replace it with a D-class out of Eyemouth, there's not one professional man can say that is an improvement.
The strength of feeling in this close-knit community was on the show yesterday afternoon when nearly 300 people joined a protest walk through the village and down to the harbour. They hope that pressure might persuade the RNLI to change their mind.
We just know it's the right thing to have the boat here. We've got the right crew, the right boat and the right people behind us.
We get people fishing here in the Munster Rocks and you really need instant response.
It's just an important part of the village, it's the heart of the village, it will save lives. It's just, I don't understand why they would ever think to close it.
My husband's a fisherman, so we need the lifeboat here. We get a lot of divers, a lot of walkers. Everybody needs a lifeboat at one point.
But the charity say their decision has been made based on a review of data going back 10 years. They feel the 35-mile stretch of coast will be sufficiently served by an extra boat in Eyemouth. Just as the protest finished yesterday, the crew were called out to rescue 3 divers that had got into trouble. They were all saved. The community here fear that once the station closes, the outcome may be different. Jenny Longdon, ITV News, St Abbs.
Finally from us this evening, let's turn to Rugby League, and both our West Cumbrian teams have been in action this afternoon. Workington Town were at home to Lee Centurions, but it didn't give them any advantage as they were beaten by 50 points to 12. And Whitehaven were also beaten away, though, to London Broncos. The score there was 40 points to 24 to the hosts. And that's just about it from your weekend team. We'll all be back with Look Around tomorrow at 6 o'clock here in our brand new studio. And of course, you can stay up to date at any time by visiting the website. Bye-bye.
Hello there. The rain was a bit later in than anticipated earlier today, but still some thundery activity out to the west. Low pressure in charge, and that'll spin some frontal systems across during the next couple of days, but it should be relatively quiet overnight tonight. So let's take a closer look. This evening continues to be rather wet, some heavy bursts of rain in places, these thundery showers transferring northeastwards. There could be 15 millimetres of rain in places in an hour at times. There may be some hail and thunder in there too, but then all that clears during the overnight period and temperatures won't fall too far, so mostly dry. The breeze easing down a little bit as well. And then into tomorrow, it's going to be a fine start first thing. Lots of sunshine if you're up at sunrise at about 20 to 5 in the morning, but then turning cloudier. And again, the rain is dragging its heels tomorrow by a couple of hours on what we thought earlier, but later on some heavier bursts of rain pushing through and turning breezier in the west as well.
How are you today?
Lloyd's Pharmacy, proud sponsors of the Pollen Count.
On then to the pollen report now, and counts will vary over the next couple of days in the showers tending to dampen them down, so some relief in prospect. That's it for now. Bye-bye.